Right then. We're back. We just shift from one to the other. It's just so professional. So professional. If anyone's got any predictions, please do let me know in the chat. Back again for the third time today. So if you've got predictions, let me know. I went with Leeds Rhinos 30, Huddersfield Giants 12. And make sure you vote on the poll in the chat as well. But the thing that's interesting to me is Cudjoe has been dropped. Which I don't know if I understand that. Now, Milne... I will always think back to that glorious day, Fiji versus Cook Islands in the Pacific Championships 2024. Was godlike from Tane Milne. Everything he did was perfect. Beautiful. So at 13, could work out quite nicely. Flanagan in the halves with Gagai. Actually, who? Was Flanagan missing last week? Was Flanagan missing last week? Let's have a gander. I know Flanagan was there. Could have fooled me, to be honest. Could have fooled me. So Flanagan is continuing to develop. Gagai would probably prefer to be at fullback, but is okay at 6 for now. McGowan looked quite lively against Catalans last week. Fair play, George. Fair play. He did a good job today, Whitby. He did a really good job. He should be very proud of himself. And, yeah, he should hold on to that spot. Hey, look, sometimes it has to be done. It's for the people, right? Man of the people. I would have done... The last long stream I did was the... Vegas round. But the problem with that is I did Wigan Warrington, then I did Raiders Warriors immediately after that. I took a break during the women's game and went for a walk, and then did Panthers vs Sharks. Bearing in mind I had to do those 2 NRL games immediately after my team got battered. So I'm actually alright now. I'm alright. But I will be back tomorrow again for Lee vs Warrington. It is a bit harsh. I was so excited for Vegas as well. I was so excited. Right then, are we still on this channel? Are we being shifted over to Sky Sports Plus? I think we are. Yeah, I think it is Sky Plus. I'll have a gander at that. Giants win is possible? I think maybe. Maybe. It'd be a very Leeds thing to happen. Won't be here for Lee vs Warrington because I'm going. But be back for Catalans vs Salford. Alright. I won't be streaming that one. I'm going to be busy tomorrow night. So I won't be streaming Catalans Salford. Got stuff to do. I'm hosting at the gaff. So, yeah. Good afternoon, Lee. Good afternoon. Right then, I still think Leeds should be fine in this one, but you never know. Out on the piss. Lee vs Warrington going to be a tough game. Indeed. Indeed it will be. Just see how we get on without George. Only came to this one because I was at Volcao FC. Then I wanted to see your reaction. You said yellow. It's forceful, it's red. Yeah, but he was dropping. There's a guy, he might be... I'm just going to give somebody some help with something who might or might not be in here because they're subscribed, but for some reason can't chat in the live streams. He wasn't no rap, he never changed ref is right. He was falling. Plus he had barely any time to react. Anyway, I don't really care about that anymore. If the guy that's struggling to put messages in the chat that is subscribed to me, just on a quick Google search, somebody has said that you need to make sure you're logged into / made a channel on YouTube and not just a Google account. So if you have a specific, like if you've made a channel, then that might be the issue. I'm trying to look through it and what the problem might be. I'm not sure what the issue is, mate. I'm not sure. Has Lee got better? I thought they went massively downhill. Well, they did for a bit, but Lee are getting slightly better. Stuck in Wigan, how's your day been? I've been alright, I've been stuck in Warrington. Lee went downhill for a couple of weeks. They did. They did. But might be back on track now. Maybe not to where they were the first few weeks, but it's close. Try resetting your thingamajiggy thingy. Right, we've hit 6,366 subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. We'll be going league game tomorrow. I will be streaming it. I will be streaming it. I'm just purely going based off form. Warrington got the win against Saints twice and Leeds. Second half was actually good against Hull FC. It's absolutely poor first half. Warrington have been on better form than Lee, but it's going to be extremely close, especially without Williams. It's going to be extremely close. Right then, folks. We're underway. Huddersfield kick to Leeds. Leeds in possession. Don't worry, I'll be listening to your commentary then, brother. All right, fantastic, fantastic. So we're underway, folks. Leeds on their own 20. Final game of the day. Oh, God. Oh, God. Last game. Come on. So, third tackle for Leeds. Up to their own 40. Fourth tackle. Strong carry over halfway. Easy meters for Leeds to start this game. Last tackle. Frawley down the left-hand side. Charge down from Flanagan. Already only 35 metres out. Chance for Huddersfield to put up early points, maybe. Jake Bibby carries it back towards the middle. Let's end this poll as well. Burgess stops on the 20. Golding at dummy half in centre field. Goes left to Flanagan. Then across to Gagai. Pops up to Greenwood. Golding to Wilson. On the last, Flanagan in centre field. Dinks the ball towards the back right. Halsall goes up. I think that's forward from Leeds. It is. So repeat set for the Giants. Oh, Flanagan's not happy with Summit. Summit with his hand, maybe? Right then. Right at the 6 for the Giants. 6 metres out. Golding goes left to Tarnay Milne. The legend that is Tarnay Milne. A metre out. Directly in front of the left post. Golding waits at dummy half. He's going to go to his right to Flanagan. He's going to cut back towards the middle. Oof, he's got Burgess in the way. Shifting left. Burgess tries to barge over. Richard, you're a horrible man. You're a horrible, horrible man. Gagai is scanning the defensive line and is stopped 5 metres short. Last tackle, 3 minutes gone in centre field for the Giants. They go right to Flanagan. He's going to kick the ball towards the back right for another contest. And still 5, says the referee. McGowan on the last, dinks the ball towards the back right again, chases it. Now taken on the full by Lum. Gannon with the next carry. Rumoured to be off to the Warriors next year in the NRL. Not sure if that's confirmed yet or not. I'm not entirely sure. Palacia. Jake Connor. Then to Palacia through the middle. Takes up to the 30. Last tackle coming up for the Rhinos. So 40-20 attempts from Connor maybe? No, doesn't really have the angle. Decent distance on it, but doesn't have the angle. Halsall recovers. Over the 20, up to the 30. 4 minutes gone. Possession for the Giants. Then Sutcliffe down the left-hand side takes the carry. Just shy of the 40. It's the second with Gagai. Golding. Right to Milne. Then to Flanagan. Switches back to Hewitt. Brought down halfway by 3 defenders. It's the 4th for the Giants. Golding to his left to Milne. Takes this carry straight up through the middle over the Leeds Rhinos 40. And just shy of the 30. Good carry there from Tarnay Milne. Gets the offload after the tackle was called. Finally, we're underway on the last. Flanagan down the right-hand side kicks the ball with plenty of height. Not much depth on it, though. Taken on the full by Riley Lum. Nicely done. He's had a great year for Leeds. Helped by the fact that Mike Acevo had a season-ending injury very early on. So that's unfortunate for him. What the plan will be in the future, I do not know. But Riley Lum cementing his spot/place. There we go, that works. In the lineup at the moment. Ryan Hall takes us up to the 40. And O'Connor Takes Leeds over halfway. Miller, at dummy half, goes to his left to Palacia, then hands the ball off to Jenkins. Or is it Holroyd? That might have been Holroyd. Short side left to Frawley. Kicks from the 30. McGowan's underneath it. Takes it cleanly. Looked decent against Catalans last week. So hopefully it goes well for him this time around. But Huddersfield on their own 10. Golding is going to hand the ball off to Sutcliffe. Halsall. 6.5 minutes gone in this first half. Now Sutcliffe. Over his own 20. So not much in this set in possession from the Giants. But Wilson's going to bump off McDonnell. Scored 4 times last week against Salford. Connor already starting shit. Flanagan is going to kick from his own 30. And it's straight into the hands of Lockie Miller. Plenty of room to run. Eating up meters. Just short of his own 40. And Frawley at dummy half is going to hand the ball to Ryan Hall. Takes it over the 40 and close to halfway. That's 7 minutes gone in this game so far. McDonnell. For Newman. Hi, Megan. Howdy. O'Connor goes to his left to Palacia on the 3rd, who switches back to Holroyd. Some decent meters for Holroyd there through the centre of the field. O'Connor is going to go right to Jake Connor. Hands the ball back inside. Jenkins falls down 5 metres out. High shot potentially, but nothing given. Now left to Frawley. Dummies, straightens up, cuts in. Oh, he's held up. Good effort from Frawley. Good early pressure for Leeds, absolutely. Huddersfield had a chance early on as well, but Leeds now building up a bit of pressure with a repeat set. Or not a repeat set, sorry, he's just held up. I know Huddersfield don't really get many fans to home games, but that's poor away attendance. Bloody hell. Anyway. Gagai. To Milne, bobbles it, but just recovers it. Bit of a mess in the ruck. Golding hands it off to Burgess on his right, who takes it over to 30, inside his own territory. Coming up to 9 minutes on the clock at 4th tackle for the Giants. There's Wilson with the next carry and loses possession. And they'll turn over the ball to Leeds in cracking field position here. This is what they do not want. I do like Huddersfield's forward pack, but can it compete with Leeds? They don't want to be turning over the ball in this kind of field position, especially with the likes of Connor, how he's doing for Leeds so far this year. He will take the opportunities. And then if you get Miller in the second phases, they'll both do a bit of damage. So Frawley will feed the ball into the scrum. There's a kick from a Huddersfield Giants player. Penalty for Leeds. If you're not allowed to do it, why are you doing it? If you know you're not allowed to do it, why are you doing it? Best guess on crowd number for Huddersfield? I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know where to start. I could guess overall attendance. 16,500, something like that. Is that be too many? I think that's about right. Nah, Richard, it's at least 10, Richard. Don't be harsh. O'Connor, 15 metres out, just right at the post at the moment. Goes to his left to Jenkins, out the back to Frawley, and pops up to Gannon. Drags a few players. Now about 3 or 4 metres short of the try line, over on the left-hand side of the sticks. O'Connor comes towards the right with Frawley, then to Palacia, now to Jake Connor. Dinks the ball through. Putting Carr under pressure. Works the ball out his own in-goal area. Nicely done from Carr. And McGowan's going to take the next carry for the Giants. A lot of work for Huddersfield to do. Just over their own 10. Gagai. The ball comes loose. And a knock-on from the Giants again. Sutcliffe just gifting this field position. It's the importance of basics. Getting the basics down, completing your sets, getting to the kick. Not turning over possession like that. Under the cosh already, indeed. It's the simplest stuff. Out the back of the scrum now. Left with Jake Connor, then to Miller. Caught down a dead end, so cuts back towards the middle. So Leeds, with 12 minutes on the clock, left of the post, 12 metres out. Jenkins through the centre of the field, now inside the 10. O'Connor between the sticks. Goes to his right to Miller, then to Connor. Switches back to McDonald. O'Connor now right at the sticks, 7 metres out. Left to Frawley. Across to Gannon. Certainly can drag a few players. Spins! Possibility of getting a try there. It's definitely worth a check. Which they will do. So Jack Smith is going to check this one. He's going to send it up as a no try. Crazy what the infamous last name Sutcliffe means to Yorkshire. You'll have to educate me on that one. Is he held up there? I think so. Right, so he is held up. Oh, okay. I just don't remember a lot from history class. We did Jack the Ripper. We did the Treaty of Versailles. We did something between 1939 and 45. I can't quite remember. It was important though. It was mostly Treaty of Versailles, if I'm honest. McDonald with an opportunity. Oh, stopped a few metres short. Last tackle. Jake Connor dinks the ball towards the left-hand side. Taken on the full by Halsall. Maybe tackled in the air. But they're going to say he's tackled in goal. And it's going to be a dropout. Des O'Connor is good for Leeds too. Will they go short? They do go short with Flanagan. And it doesn't make the 10, unfortunately. Oh, then bounces over the 10. But he's dragged into touch. So Leeds come up with possession. Almost worked out for the Giants. Almost worked out for them. So now 15 metres out for the Rhinos. They've had the best territory so far, 14 minutes gone. O'Connor, right of the sticks, goes to his left to Frawley, who switches back to Holroyd. He's going to be stopped a few metres short in front of the right post. O'Connor to his right to Palliser. He's going to try and crash over. Good defensive work there from the Giants to push him back. O'Connor goes out the back to his left to Jake Connor. Then across to Miller. In the hands of Ash Hanley. Straightens up and is brought down a few metres short near the left-hand side. Gannon back towards the middle with Lockie Miller. Then across to Palliser in centre field. Across to the right-hand side to Jake Connor. Then across to Frawley. Cuts back inside. Stopped a few metres short again. Last tackle coming up for the Rhinos. 15 minutes on the clock. Miller across to Palliser. Gets a line break. I'm calling that as forward personally. And the ref says it's forward too. That's completely fair. Battle of Waterloo them years? Nay. Who knows? Who knows what happened in 1066? We weren't there. Nobody live streamed it, so we don't know. So 15 and a half minutes gone. I did geography, so I'm completely clueless now. Most I know is tax was good for the British Empire, less good for everyone else. Leeds need to score soon, otherwise might regret it. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point, Richard, because the more that time builds, the more that Huddersfield will appreciate that. Fair play, Seb. Fair play. That's why it started. That's why it all kicked off. They won a trophy and thought, nah, we can't be having that. Burgess that went down for a bit. It's not in a good way. What did you think of the whole Derby game? I thought it was absolutely brilliant. It was a hell of an effort from FC. I thought they did themselves very, very proud for the situation they were in. I think they should be very happy with that. Just a little bit of ill discipline here and there. A few too many errors when they didn't need them. But I think in terms of effectiveness, I don't think they were too bad given the circumstances. But they gave them a good go. And KR were just clinical enough when they needed to be. They weren't perfect. LSU would have won but for Cust. I don't know about that. I don't know. So it's with Hewitt. It's getting dragged back by 3 defenders over his own 20. Tony Milne with a carry through the middle of the park. Over the 20. Now to Flanagan. Kicks from behind his own 30 across field. It's going to bounce twice, 3 times. Now recovered by Ryan Hall on his own 20. It's a decent kick and a decent chase there from Huddersfield. But McDonald hands the ball off to Harry Newman. O'Connor on the 30. Gives it to Riley Lump. Takes it up to the 40. Third tackle now. Palliser in centre field. Takes a carry. 17 minutes. Fourth tackle. O'Connor with a scoop. Up to the 40 inside Giants territory. Miller on his right to Jake Connor. Then the ball goes across to McDonald. Then to Newman. Kicked through from Ryan Hall. Recovered by a Huddersfield player, but the whistle is blown for a knock-on. Evening, sir. Good to see you again. Good to see you. Can already imagine. Connor to O'Connor, back to Connor. Big kick to Connor, chased by O'Connor, pass back to Connor. God, I hope so. I hope so. Give me that moment. Present that moment to me and let me nail it. It's SA, back to SASA. Then gets the offload to SA. Inside support from SASA, back to SA. Then SASA, back to SA. O'Connor to Jenkins. Stopped on the 10. Second tackle for Leeds. O'Connor on his left to Frawley. Switches back to Gannon. He's had some decent carries in this game. Frawley in centre field across to Palacia. He's going to go himself. Brought down about 5 metres out. 18.5 minutes gone. Fourth tackle right at the sticks. They go left to Frawley. Across to Miller. Pops up to Gannon. Stop 5 metres out again. Handley. Centre field with Frawley. He's going to kick across field to the right hand side. He's batted backwards in the hands of Ryan Hall. Cuts back towards the middle. Potential obstruction there. Up to Holroyd. He's put the ball down. This one is going to be checked. 19 minutes on the clock. I think they will be looking at obstruction. No try given on field. I would be okay with a call for obstruction. Look again, Alex. Look again. It will confuse some people, but look again. Sounds like an S8. Yeah, it's yeah. All players on side. I get you. I know exactly what you mean. I was looking at it then thinking, wait, did I mess it up? But yeah, I had to pay attention to each letter. What a game last night, mate. Tex Hoy was awesome for Cass, but we got lucky. Yeah, it wasn't the best game for Wakefield. Bit of ill discipline, too many errors, not completing well enough. Defensively, had the moments, but yeah, I thought Cass did a great job. And Tex Hoy, I think, without Tex Hoy, Cass would be in the mud. I mean, they've got a toe dipped into the mud. Maybe a foot stuck in there, but without him, they'd be knee deep. So this is going to be no try. So we've got 19 minutes, no points yet. This works more and more into the favour of Huddersfield Giants. They've had barely any decent field position so far. Like, they started off with great field position. Got a little bit more later on, but not had much great field position. So they will need to take the chances when they do get it. Bibby to Bibby, back to Bibby. Yep. I can't wait. I don't know which one's which. Jake is the centre. Jack is the bald geezer through the middle. I mean, they're both bald. So, penalty for Huddersfield. They will tap on their own 20. Ball comes loose. Oof. Player's not in a good way. God, still got Sam Lasoni to bring on as well. Bloody hell. There's 50 people watching a Huddersfield stream. I know they're probably mostly Leeds fans, but bloody hell, was not expecting this. Can't believe Cudjoe got dropped, though. What's the deal with Clune? Is he injured or has he just been dropped? What's the highest ever score recorded in Super League? Wasn't it like a 92-0? for Saints or something. Biggest Super League score. Let's see. Biggest home win was the 82-0 for Saints this year against Salford. Biggest away win was 84-6 for Wigan against Hull KR. Wigan won that one. That was 2013. Highest scoring game was 96-16. Bradford beating Salford back in 2000. So we've had the highest scoring game, or the biggest winning margin and the smallest winning margin this season. Just 2 days apart. Interesting. I gotta ask. Got more people in your stream than the Giants have at game. Oh, damn. So Jenkins, we've now gone through the first quarter. O'Connor on his right to Miller. Then to Jake Connor. Engages the line. Pops it up to McDonald. Again, scored 4 times last week against Salford. Milne is claiming something's gone wrong there. Gone awry, maybe. Knock on, he's maybe asking for. But Palacia now has it. And Leeds now only 10 metres out. Shifting right with Jake Connor. Straightens up. He's darting left and right. Stopped inches short of the line. Last tackle for Leeds, right at the sticks. Out the back to Frawley. Kits towards the left-hand side. Handley's up, but taken on the full by Halsall in the in-goal area. 7 tackle set for the Giants. Taps on the 20. Hands it off to Carr. Up to the 30. Now the 40. Just shy of the 50. Great opportunity for the Giants to punish Leeds for not being able to put up the points. But McGowan in centre field. 21 minutes on the clock. Golding waits at dummy half. On his left to Wilson. Brought down shy of the 40. Golding, short side left. Gagai eats up a few metres there, up towards the 30. It's the third tackle coming up for Huddersfield. Now with Milne. Straightens up for a carry. Drags 3 defenders up towards the 20. Golding. 25 metres out. Now with Bibby. Then to Flanagan. Pops up to Hewitt. Half a break there. Brought down about 14 metres out for the Huddersfield Giants. Last tackle right at the sticks. Golding short side right to Flanagan. Dinks the ball high towards the back right. Not backwards by Huddersfield, I think. Off to Bibby. Kicks the ball through. And possibly grounded by Halsall. Absolutely worth a check here. I thought there was a potential knock on there. Smith's going to go no try before it goes up to video referee. Jake Connor is a crybaby, but being honest, I'd like him at Wakey. He'd do a good job. He would do a good job. Yeah, he does tend to lose his shit a bit too quickly. Unfortunately, we don't have footage of what the video ref is looking at. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't see this. I don't know what's happening. Everyone like the shithouses as long as they're playing for your team. Yep. That's spot on. The time the video ref is taking is getting worse. Yeah, it's been really bad today. There were some moments for the first game. It took way too long. It's going to be no try. Oh, God. So, good effort from Huddersfield, but no try. Why is Cudjoe 18th man? Has he got a knock? Do you know what? I don't know. I actually don't know. I would hope that's the case because I personally wouldn't be dropping him. I see no reason to. So, Ryan Hall with a carry just short of his own 30. O'Connor goes to his left to Jenkins. Oh, that might be Holroyd. It is Holroyd. O'Connor then to Newman over the 40 inside their own territory with the third tackle coming up. Now with Palacia. Straightens up with a big hit over halfway. O'Connor now through the middle, shifting right to Jenkins. Over the 40 inside the Giants territory on the last. Jake Connor down the right hand side. Plenty of height on this kick. There's a strong chase from Lockie Miller. McGowan met immediately by Miller and McDonald. Stopped a metre out from his own line. Good kick chase there from Leeds Rhinos. Strong hit from O'Connor. Onto Carr. Then to Tane Milne over the 10 down the left-hand side of the field. Gagai goes down the short side left to Greenwood. I think that's Greenwood. It might have been Sutcliffe. Milne through the centre of the field up towards the 30. Now out the back to Flanagan, who kicks behind his own 30 on the last. 24 minutes gone, taken on the full by Miller on his own 30. Up to the 40, up to halfway. And a bit of change as well. Over on the left-hand side of the park. Frawley waits at dummy half. Riley Lum with the next carry for the Rhinos. O'Connor. Cracking carry there from Gannon. Over the 30. O'Connor on his right to Palacia. Up to the 20. Fourth tackle. So 2 tackles here for the Rhinos. Only 20 metres out. Great opportunity to get the first points of the game. Left to Frawley. Then to Jake Connor. Pops it up to Gannon. Inside the 10. Only about 6 or 7 metres out. O'Connor left of the sticks. He's going to go towards centre field with Frawley, who kicks across the field. Taken on the full by Carr. He's going to get a 7 tackle set here. Taps on the 20. Hull Saul takes it up to the 30. So a chance for Huddersfield to be in good field position on the end of this set. What are you watching this on, mate? Sky Sports Plus. 25.5 minutes gone. McGowan takes the carry through centre field. Golding to Wilson. Good inside pressure there from McDonald. He stopped on halfway. Third tackle for the Giants. Golding to his right to Flanagan, who switches back to Billington. You're welcome. Golding in centre field. Out the back right hand side to Flanagan. Dinks the ball towards the back right. But it's taken on the 20 by Miller. 26 minutes gone. He's met by 3 defenders. They drag him back a metre or 2. Frawley to Lum. Now Frawley. Sam Lasoni, the big man, is on. Strong hit onto Ash Golding. Knocks him onto his backside. And O'Connor, then off to Jake Connor, kicks behind the 40. 40-20 attempt here, surely. Definitely got the distance. Not even close to the angle. And it's going to be a 7-tackle set. Going to get to now. I'll be streaming it, though. I was thinking about it, but I realised that if I was going to go, it'd be a hassle getting back because I've got mates coming around tomorrow night. So it helps to be here. So, Huddersfield in possession. Now on their own 40. 30 is the right one. With Jake Bibby. Plays it for Gagai. Down the left-hand side of the park. It's going to go through the hands of Flanagan. And that's going to be a knock-on. Leeds not making this easy for themselves. Absolutely not. But they are being gifted the easiest field position they've ever had, ever in the club's history, by poor errors from Huddersfield. Absolutely shocking. Frawley, then to Lasoni. Now up to the 30. Inside Huddersfield territory. 28 minutes on the clock. The ball comes loose. And it's a penalty for Leeds. Possibly first points of the game for 2. I think it's worth tapping and going. Wouldn't be an issue with that. Huddersfield choose not to challenge. Yes, I think that would be given as a strip, actually. So I think that's alright. So Leeds Rhinos 15 metres out. Just constantly building pressure on the try line here. O'Connor to Palacia. You'd imagine there's going to be a barreling run from Sam Lasoni any second now. With Jake Connor. Switches back to Lasoni. It's almost like sometimes I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes. Trying to crash over. With Palacia, stopped a metre short of the line. O'Connor waits right at the post. Plays it on the 4th. 29 minutes gone. Frawley cuts back to his right. Almost gets the line. Oof, stopped. Inches short of the try line between the sticks. O'Connor goes right to Connor. Dinks the ball over to the right-hand side. Halsall's up. That's Cart. Comes down with it. Inches in front of his own try line. So a lot of work for the Giants to do now. Leeds just need to be well disciplined. That's all they've got to do is just be disciplined. Milne up to the 10. A lot of work for Huddersfield to do now. A hell of a lot of work. Bentley is involved in a bit of a kerfuffle, but doesn't react. Interestingly, Bentley does not react. Golding, now at dummy half, onto his right to Jake Bibby. So last now, half an hour gone. Flanagan has to kick behind his own 30. It's an absolute mess of a kick. I'm not sure if that deflected off somebody then. Pretty sure he just got headbutted and didn't react. I'm shocked by it. I'm shocked. It had his head was being pulled down a little bit. He's grown. He's a new man. That's what happens when you play next to Newman. Sorry. Hanley with the next carry. Onto halfway. O'Connor. On halfway. Goes to his right to Palacia. Then to Bentley. Gets an offload to Newman. Cuts back towards the middle. Offloads to Lockie Miller. One to beat. He beats the one. Puts the ball down. There we go. First points of the game. Finally. It's about damn time. Wait a minute. I'm gonna need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. Bit of Lizzo for you. Have you covered the whole game, mate? No, I've not done videos. I might do match review videos after this one for all 3 of them. I might do. This league needs relegation and promotion sometimes. Something to fight for and against. I'm 50-50, if I'm honest. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Because the complaint previously, before IMG came in, was that one of the reasons why the grading system is the way it is because teams would spend ridiculous amounts of money that they don't have to just get up in that one season, so that they can then make that money back and maybe more by being in Super League. So doing it this way means that you have to actually build the club and not just pump a ton of money in for 1 year in the hopes that you've got a title-winning team that gets promoted. I think that's basically what happened with Featherstone. And also kind of how it worked out for London is that, yes, they won on merit. They were like the 5th or 6th best team that year, but they hadn't built up the club enough in other areas to sustain themselves as a Super League club. They just didn't have the squad for it. They could have spent a bit more on the squad, but they didn't because they knew they'd be coming down anyway because of the grading system. So timing-wise, they got screwed over. So with promotion and relegation, next year there's going to be three leagues of 12. If they're going to do promotion and relegation, I would prefer it to be 2 up, 2 down. First place automatically goes up, and then playoffs between 2nd versus 5th, 3rd versus 4th as the 2 semis. Winners play off, winner goes up. I'd prefer it to be done that way. Should just add 8 more teams. Well, that's the other thing. If we were to do franchising, or it does become NRL Europe, there is a way that I want it to be done, personally. And that involves creating new teams, which might mean there'd be some mergers. Lasone on the 4th now. Miller on the last now with Connor. Plenty of height, not much distance though. Oof. Well taken from Carr. I understand a bit better now, to be honest. I do like the idea of being there on merit on the pitch. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with merit. The problem is, so Huddersfield Giants, if they finish 10th, are there on merit. But you cannot sustain having 3,000 to 4,000 people every home game. It's not good enough, and it looks shit. It looks awful. So the thing is, in order to get that out, we need Huddersfield to get relegated. But they're not, because the squad is just about good enough. Flanagan recovers it, but it's going to be a knock-on from Huddersfield. I'd love to see 2 whole teams merge, just scraps in the stands non-stop. Imagine. It'd have to be a black and red kit, unless you go with a brand new colour. But it'd have to be a black and red kit. There's 2 good arguments there, to be fair. Thanks very much. Thank you. O'Connor to Palacia. I'll discuss it more at half-time. Jake Connor now switches back to Newman. Cuts back inside. He does like to do this. He's got room to run. Still darting. Look at him go. O'Connor, 20 metres out on the 4th. Goes left to Frawley. Then to Miller. Across to Handley. Offloads it back inside to Miller. Oof, opportunity there, but then gets the ball off. Now in centre field. It bounces. Recovered by Greenwood. Well, they're saying it's going to be Leeds ball. Will the kick to the head be checked? I'm not sure. I must have missed something. I didn't see anything. I probably just missed it. The rivalry is too strong for Hull merge, in my opinion. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, Hull definitely will not merge, nor do they need to because of the attendances that they get. So now Lasoni, then to Miller. 10 metres out. Gets the offload for Ryan Hall. Then to Lasoni. Stopped a few metres short of the try line. In front of the right post. Pops up left. To Callum Watkins. Back in Leeds colours. O'Connor on the second. Out the back to Frawley. Moving right to Miller. And then it's lost from Leeds. Knocked on. Newman and Milne getting into it. Just how players quick out play the just how players quick out to play the ball quick. Kick to Hud's player in the head. Players kick out. You do need just take your time. Take your time. So it's going to be a Huddersfield scrum on their own 10. Still only a 6-point game, so it's anyone's game right now. I did predict 30-12 to Leeds, which is still possible, but they'd need a good second half. Second tackle coming up for the Giants, just over their own 20. Halsall plays it for Golding. Gives it to McGowan. Makes barely any meters there. Player gets tackled. Player kicks to be able to get up. Kicks a Giant in the head. Oh, okay. I don't have an issue with that unless he was looking at the player. If he was looking at the player as he did it, then there's something in it. If not, like he's just kicking his legs around, then it's accidental. So, yeah, not a great kick from Flanagan. So there's just over a minute to go. Huddersfield kept in this quite well. Yeah, they scrambled well enough defensively. Leeds have either just been trying to crash over or kick the ball to the corners. And when they have tried to spread the ball, Huddersfield have had the numbers. They've been shifting well enough. So Leeds have looked dangerous enough, but they just need that finishing touch. Maybe it's going to take a line break in the midfield for a long-range try that's going to just open this game up a bit more. Rather than in the red zone. Leeds struggling a little bit. So they go left to Frawley on the 4th. Then to Gannon. Support inside from Frawley. Brought down, I think, just in time. Could have been tackled without the ball, but O'Connor on the last goes right to Jake Connor. Then across to Miller. Then across to Hall. Has to kick the ball through. He is taken down. It'll dribble dead in goal. But that's going to be Huddersfield ball with 8 seconds to go. A tap on the 20. Hands it off to Halsall. The hooter is sounded. And that's going to be half time. So fair play Huddersfield for just about staying in that. Leeds with the better field position. A lot of it gifted by Huddersfield. So fair play. Fair play. It's a 6-0 at half time. Interesting. Right. Okay. Let's have a gander. Let's have a gander. Oh, I was also thinking about... I was thinking of another idea, but I'll keep that to myself for now. I'll keep it to myself for now. All the games have been quite close for long periods. Yeah, they have. They've all been competitive, which is good to see. Every game so far has been competitive. Right, so back to what I was saying about, promotion and relegation and whether there's NRL Europe. I've said this a couple times about Catalans and Toulouse. Catalans get the 4th best home attendance in Super League. They get 10,000 plus a game, regardless of who goes. What channel is this match on? It's on Sky Sports Plus. Catalans get great home attendance, but they don't offer any away fans, unless it's a Grand Final or Challenge Cup Final. So, in terms of what they offer for away games, it's barely anything. It's pointless. Now, the argument against that, or the argument to counter, is that clubs shouldn't need away supporters to fill the stadiums. I know we use football as a reference point, and I'm sort of using it, which is a little bit unfair. But if, I'm an Everton fan, if we didn't allow away fans at Goodison Park, we'd still fill out Goodison Park. Same with, the Emirates, Tottenham Stadium, Old Trafford. You take away the away fans, they'd still fill up the stadium. So, that's the thing then. So, personally, whether Catalans are or are not in an NRL competition for Europe, I don't care. I really do not care. Part of me thinks I'd prefer that they're not in the competition, just so it makes it easier. If they and Toulouse join the French League, they could build up the French League, do something there. But I don't care whether Catalans are in or are not in. I do not care. So if I was to start a new competition from scratch, I think there are 8 teams that you guarantee. I think there are 8 teams that you guarantee from Super League. They would be Hull FC, Hull KR, Leeds Rhinos, Leigh Leopards, St Helens, Wakefield Trinity, Warrington Wolves, Wigan Warriors. They are guaranteed. What I would do is have 2 divisions. Division 1 is the Legacy 8. That involves the 8 Super League clubs. So this is a brand new competition. Let's say I reckon NRL England would be fine. NRL England or ERL for English Rugby League instead of European Rugby League. So you have the Legacy 8 is one division. And then you have the Expansion 8, which has new teams. I know that there'll be one team on this list that I think has been in Super League before. I think. But then it's expansion into new areas. So it's London, Nottingham, Sheffield, Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle, Birmingham, and then the last one would either be Cumbria, York, West Yorkshire, or Bristol. think what I would also do you need a Sky remote to get Sky Sports on the red button? Not exactly. Go to the first Sky Sports channel and just press a red button. I don't think you need a specific Sky remote, just any red button should do. So what I would do, so for, say, Manchester, for example, this is how I would recognise merges. First of all, see if the council gets involved, see if Man United, see if Man City get involved. It won't cost them much to help, but this is how I would focus on the mergers, right? Salford still exist, Oldham still exist, Rochdale still exist, Swinton still exist. However, they merge to form a new team whilst also still existing. So they don't disappear. Those 4 clubs, they still exist, they still play, but they would have to play outside of this competition in, say, a championship or a different competition. But they also work together to build a Manchester team. They could work with Man United, they could work with Man City, they could work with the council. They could work with Salford Football Club. And they play in Manchester. So they could make money from the Manchester franchise, but they would be in a lower competition. So Salford fans can still go to Salford games and support them in a different competition, same with all those other clubs. But now the rest of the city can get behind a wider club. Salford fans could still care about Manchester Rugby League because their club is directly involved in that club. And all those clubs that made the one can be used as feeder clubs, like dual reg. So the same way we're linked with Warrington Wolves are linked with Keighley and Widnes, for example. Keighley's a bit out there. But the same could be said for Wakefield existing. Cass could merge with Wakefield to help build it, but Castleford exists as another club outside of this new competition. Wakefield can then have a dual reg with Castleford. And then with West Yorkshire, the same with Keighley, Huddersfield, and Halifax. Bradford could get involved if they wanted to with a West Yorkshire team, but they could also exist separately. So they help to build up a new club. They get councils, they get local football teams involved. In Liverpool, Everton and Liverpool could make a team together. They could work with Tranmere Rovers. They can form Merseyside Rugby League. They play at Tranmere Rovers ground in Birkenhead. Problem with rugby league in this country, there simply isn't enough good players. That's true, but the thing is, there are young players that will get up to speed. They just will. But if there are new franchises, so if there are 16 teams in a league, 2 divisions of 8, you'd play each team in your division twice and then once against the other. Loop fixtures, and I'll get into this shortly, I'll just answer these things. Combined inter-regional league, maybe, but I see it as like a legacy division and then an expansion division, personally, with like new clubs being formed. But the thing is, with these new franchises, because they're in major cities, better players can be attracted to those clubs. So they're now shared more evenly. And then the younger players would get more game time, and they would have to develop quicker. They would have to. Evening, Paul. He's back. He is back. What about drafting players? Are you up for it? I would be up for drafting players. It's just where the quality comes from, which is why I'd want to make sure that a university league is strong. And it needs to be like around the country. Like there needs to be more universities competing in rugby league. But if we had that with the legacy division and the expansion division, then if it's more around the country, you could have specific universities that are linked to specific franchises. Rugby should be brought back into schools, in my opinion. I'm sure it's played in a lot of schools anyway. At least, you know, in the heartlands. I think. If there's like more of a pathway, so for example, around Warrington, if it was made clear that, say, Warrington Wolves scout specifically from, let's say you have to go to, I mean, some people won't know these schools, but like Penketh or St. Greg's from high school, and then you have to be going to maybe St. Helens College or say university, like any of the Liverpool universities, Chester University, any universities in Manchester, they'll look specifically at those areas because they're close by. But make it as a clear pathway. If you go to these high schools or these primary schools, these high schools, these universities, and play rugby league for these places, you'll be looked at. Something like that. But I just think as much as promotion and relegation is fair, it doesn't help our game anymore. Like, even if Bradford came up, they get what, 3,500 at home a week? Something like that? Maybe 4? But if they're in Super League, what would they get? Would they start getting Wakefield numbers? I don't know. Anything to make the game stronger. I love this game. Yeah, so do I. It's just tough. How do you keep Huddersfield fans interested in the game without completely destroying the club? The club is not helping Super League. $7,820, not 78,020. Bloody hell, selling out Wembley there. Yeah, 7,820 at Wakey. Yeah, that was solid. That was really, really good. So we're back underway for the second half. Huddersfield in possession behind their own 20. Now Wilson takes it over the 20. This is the problem. A lot of fans have shifted over to Union. I don't know many that have personally, unless you know of a lot of people. But I think a lot of Union fans don't understand league. They look at how the game works and they think it's predictable. There is so many more little details to it that they probably just don't consider. So, finally, a kick-off for Flanagan. Miller up to the 40. A minute gone in this second half. Frawley now to Lum. Makes a metre or two. Ryan Hall down the right edge. Up to halfway. A lot of great carries this year. Used to watch Union before I got into League, but I'd only watch the World Cup. Yeah, I was the same. I'd watch a tiny bit of the Six Nations, like a tiny bit. But the World Cup sometimes. If England's on, I might stick around and watch it, but I can't get into it. I really can't. So it's with Frawley on the last. 25 metres out. Kicks high towards the back left. Knocked on from Huddersfield, I believe. Then a knock on from Lasoni. Oh, so it was backwards by Leeds then, apparently. Paul, thank you very much. You get a trumpet. Thank you very much for that, Paul. For joining KRL Sports member. If anyone else would like to become a member, you can click the join button below this stream. You can support me for as little as £1 a month. And it's not much, but it adds up. It adds up, and it's greatly appreciated. This content is still free, though, so there's no obligation to become a member. It's completely free. Just know that when you watch an ad on this channel, it might be frustrating, but you are helping me financially whenever you see an ad. So, thank you for that. Watkins, ooh, just send him back. Send him back to Salford. Giving away penalties like that. Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. So, Huddersfield, 40 metres out. Can they equalise? Greenwood with a carry through the middle. $30 out. Golding. Left to Gagai. Hands it up to... Oh. Sykes. Lose possession. Yeah, I thought he lost it. Finally called. Again, just mistake after mistake after mistake from Huddersfield. Alex. He's only gone and done it. Right. You get a trumpet. I agree that much. I match you. Bloody hell, look at him go. Look at him go. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you very much, Danny, who renewed his membership the other day. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Lasoni with a carry down the left edge up to the 30. O'Connor then through the middle with Gannon up to the 40. Miller through the middle, switches back to Bentley. The Zen Monk offloads. Now it's with Miller through the middle. Richard, you will absolutely get a trumpet if you join. Absolutely. Handley with a carry through the middle. Third tackle for the Leeds Rhinos. It's with Lasoni. Strong carry up to the 20. Made my day entertaining whilst all the way to getting set into a server. So much appreciated. Oh. I've missed a try. But it's alright because Alex is now a member, so it doesn't matter. Paul, you got a trumpet, Paul? And I gave you a trumpet. See, the stream highlights, if you're watching the stream highlights on TikTok, you are less important than the people paying KRL support members, right? So, stream highlights watchers, you're second in line. They get answered first. It is a try. It is a try. I'm going to give him 12 because they should get the kick. Right then. I need to watch it back so I can just do the commentary over it. I did actually do that in a Hull KR game a few weeks ago. I just watched the replay, commentated over that, and then put it over the live clip. Nobody noticed. Someone did, because they knew I was doing it. It will be good. It'll be a cracking game tomorrow. Interesting without George Williams. That's the biggest question mark for me. So yeah, if the clip comes up, I'm going to commentate over it. Just wait and see it. So O'Connor into Bentley, hands it off to Watkins, goes through, puts the ball down. That's going to be a try for Leeds. Good work there for Leeds. Finally coming up with some points. And scene. That'll work nicely for the stream highlights. Professional. Now recovered by Ryan Hall. On his own 10. Live at its best. Live and on time. Every time. Seb. We have another member, folks. We've got another member. Look at that. This is the most members I've ever had in a day. This is great. This is brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much indeed. It is a hat-trick. Solero time. I could get one. I could get one. So there's a forward pass from Leeds Rhinos, Sam Lasoni in particular. You are the regulars. You are the regulars. So you guys have the old Kinetic Rugby League logo as the symbol during the first month. It then changes to the new one, but it's different colours every month. So I like the idea of it being the old logo. Like it is an homage to how it started. Or I could update it to the new one. It's up to you guys, whatever you think. Keep it as the old one or change your current one to the new logo. I'll let you guys decide. So Huddersfield in possession, 20 metres out. Now with Flanagan, shifting right to McGowan, then to Bibby. The ball comes loose. It's another knock-on from Huddersfield. And it's a bloody £5 donation from Paul. Thank you, Paul. There is another trumpet for you. Very, very kind of you, sir. Very, very kind of you. And yes, Alex, it updates. So every month it will update to the current logo, but a new colour. I think it's yellow next. Then green. Then blue. Red. Purple? But yeah, it changes colour every month. Until you get to purple, which is the Kinetic Rugby League colour. Guys. Alex. Now with McGowan, dinks the ball towards the back left, recovered by Newman. Guys, this means a great deal. Please don't give away your life savings. But thank you very much, Paul. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you, Seb. It is greatly appreciated. It means a great deal. Thank you very much. It's just rolling in it. All right. Fair enough, then. Fair enough. Well, thanks very much, guys. So, 50 minutes gone. Leeds in possession. Oh, like a high shot there on Bentley. Yet he doesn't react. Has he met some monks? Has he spent time with them? Man's chilling. Man is calm as anything. Max, evening all. Big win for us Robins earlier. But bit of a disappointing game from Saints, but top of the league is where we will stay. Well, Max, congrats on the win. It was a hell of a game. Every game every game this round so far has been great. This one is still close, but less quality. So, yeah, still close. Just had a 50 quid takeaway. Rather support someone who I enjoy time with rather than more food tomorrow. Thanks very much. I would love to order a Chinese tonight, but I've got to save my money. So, plus there's food in. I actually need to use the food that's in the house. I would cook some pasta, but I need to get some bacon or pancetta. So it's the last for Huddersfield. There's a kick towards the back right. Riley Lum. Been very impressed with Riley Lum. Do you know what? I think I'd take him, Eckersley, and Delaney in the World Cup squad. Bear with me. Lum, Eckersley, Delaney, and Tompkins I'd take into the camp. I wouldn't put them in the squad yet, but I'd put them in the camp. So that they can... Tompkins has that impact with his voice, and those three can learn around a group of solid players. Possibly Thewlis as well. Richard. He's only gone and got himself a trumpet. Richard has now joined. Thank you very much, Richard. Leeds in possession up to the 30 now in Huddersfield territory. Gonna be truthful, FC deserved a bit more today, so the scoreline was harsh on them, but Theory Derby, that had the best result. And you're right there, Max, you're right. They maybe deserved a bit more, but I think they, I think they earned respect from a lot of people. They would have earned respect from a lot of KR fans as well. With that effort, they did a great job for a man down since the 16th minute. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you to everyone that's become a member and donated today. It's greatly appreciated. Connor, then to Newman, is eventually brought down about 6 metres short. Last tackle over on the right with McDonald. Comes back towards the middle with Jake Connor. Kicks across field. Taken. Oh! Ash Hanley. It's all good there. All good. It's a try. Have it. I'm going to give him 18 because they should also get the conversion as well. But floodgates starting to open now. Making up for the points that they lacked in the first half. Respect to the black and shites. I guess they did okay. Made a few quid today, lad. Well done, Great Rugby League channel. Well, thank you very much, Paul. Thank you very much. Nicely done from Ash Hanley. Keeping hold of that. It's Leeds all the way. Yeah. My exact score prediction is still on. I was so close with Saints and Wigan. I was so close. So close. But this one is still on. Only problem is the stadium, never that full unless we play. They're so concerning for their fan base. But they're improving, so fair play to them. Cuss would have made them win the game, though, in your opinion. All right, well, fair enough. I think it could have gone Hull FC's way if Cuss was still there. Even if it's just a sin bin, it could have gone their way. It's Leeds all the way. Alex, mate, got to give credit to their defence and not be too biased. Huddersfield is so bad. It's better than last season, I'll give them that. Come on, Alex, you can do better than that. You can do better than that. It was itchy bum time for Rovers at one point. It absolutely, yeah. As soon as Rapiner went over, was it Rapiner? I think it was. It was like a 2-point game at one point. KR fans would have been shitting themselves. Which game has been the best of the round so far? I'd say Wakefield. Ooh. Yeah, best game was yesterday. But the margins in games has been close with the first 3 games of the round. This one again, this one's just been bad quality. It was close for a while, but just bad quality. Rovers was too good in the end. Yeah. Just too much pressure. A few too many mistakes. Hull FC just had to be disciplined. They were chasing the game. They had to be disciplined. Thankfully, we'd never hear the end of it if we lost. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Shifting left now for Leeds. Miller, then to Handley. Brought down on the 40. Handley could make the squad. Could play winger and centre for England. We'll see. He's an option. Good there for versatility, so I guess could make the squad. Watkins now through centre field. As soon as Rapinoe went over, almost had a heart attack because he kept attacking. Yeah, it was, I can imagine. I'd be bricking it. So a kick, difficult one for McGowan. Under a lot of pressure here. Knocks on. And a penalty for Huddersfield. Glad the Robins won in the end. Yeah, just about. Just had too much. Over time. Straight red ref. Maybe. I'm not. I didn't fully see this one. Yeah, definitely a penalty. Wakey game was good. Hate to say it, but shame Cass didn't get anything. I know what you mean. Cass deserved more. Hull FC deserved more. Saints put in a good effort, actually. They weren't great. Gifted a lot of field position by Wigan, who weren't that clean. But all losing teams so far have put in good efforts. Are you surprised there's a lot of us in here, Seb? Oh yeah, that's to Seb. KO fans are everywhere. Like rats. They're everywhere. Sorry. They're like fleas. No, wait, shit. They're like cats and dogs. They're everywhere. We'll go with that. Huddersfield Giants on their own 40 now. Gagai switches back to Sykes, who is brought down over halfway. Sorry, Paul. Hey, the rats in Ratatouille were very intelligent and cooked great food. So, there's that. Taken on the full by Riley Lum. And he stopped just short of his own 10. Miller hands it off to Handley, who is brought down just short of his own 20. Or now makes it up to the 20 and is brought down over it. Thanks. Yeah. Yes. You're welcome. You are welcome, Alex. Hands it off to McDonald. Over the 40. Fourth tackle coming up for Leeds. O'Connor. Inside to Jake Connor. Then pops it up to Jenkins. Just short of halfway. O'Connor. Goes right to Connor. Plenty of height, but not much distance. It's going to go nowhere. Taken on the full by Jake Connor, who's then smashed into by Milne. The ball comes loose. Gagai recovers it. Let's see. Weird wire. Hey, that's mean. That was very rude. I think you should be talking about FC fans because there's plenty of them, even though they never go to watch the games at the stadium. Bibby. Jack Bibby, to be more specific. How many trophies are the Robins going to win this year? I think at least one. Hopefully two, but probably not. I reckon at least one. At least. Caught his own kick, bless him. Not going to lie. He commentating better than Sky. Well, imagine Sky had donations mid-game. Thanks for the donation, Alex. Saying Hull FC are a bunch of shithouses. We can't say that on Sky. Apologies to everyone watching at home. McGowan has a chance. Oh, he's dragged down. Ball comes loose. Miller has a bit of room to break. Up to his own 30. Finally brought down. Only speak the truth here. Imagine donations at halftime. Like, imagine games being shown on YouTube, but you have to read out donations at halftime. And there's no filter. So Gannon takes it over halfway, third tackle, with an hour gone. Leeds in possession. Apologies to those that want me to commentate on the game, but it's kind of a... We've changed the game now. We've changed the game. There's a break for McDonald. He's got support on his inside from Bentley. Then back to McDonald. Flicks it off. Brother thinks he's Benji Marshall, and he is, to Jake Connor. What a beautiful, exquisite try. Leeds extend. Richard going to win the Challenge Cup, and that's it. To be real with you, that's all I want this year, because I know we won't win the league or grand final this year if Wigan's still playing like they are. We'll see. I think, yeah, it does look like the Challenge Cup would be the best chance, because if Warrington, I don't know if Lee are going to be good enough to compete, and if it is against Warrington, because Hull KR haven't played Warrington yet, they will be, or we will be, without George Williams by then, unless somehow he's well ahead of schedule, or we force him back, which I don't want us to do. So, I don't know if we have enough. It depends how Leyland or Hayes are getting on at the time. I think we can beat KR, but it's gonna take everything we've got. Absolutely everything. And maybe we're more suited to the big occasions in KR. I don't know, like for finals and stuff. Because there's always that thing, like, you can, win quarters and semis in Challenge Cup and playoffs, but when it comes to the final, like, teams switch off. Or they're just not the same. But the kick is good, so that's 24-0. We might win league leaders, but Wigan are very strong. That'll be a tough one. Hull FC still dark horses, but they will need to win the big games. It's going to be tough for FC in the bigger games. But they're improving. But I think Wigan and KR are still favourites for that. Fev losing again. Can I change my mind on mergers? Yeah. Certainly can. Certainly can. I had a new idea though, LG, so it's not as bad as it was. So, Wakefield could be a team in a new competition. Cass can merge with them and Featherstone to help build a Wakefield team, but Cass and Featherstone play in a lower competition. So the clubs still exist, but they help to run a franchise club. But those clubs still exist outside of this new competition. And they work as like a dual reg. Like a feeder club. But the salary cap for those teams that aren't in the new competition will be significantly smaller. Like capped at a mil. There's a break for Miller. Ooh, well done, McGowan. He does knock on, but that's fine. That's fine. Bentley, now down the right-hand side of the park. Cuts back towards the middle. The Zen Monk is still moving. Gets it off to Miller. I'm not calling him Bentley anymore. He is Zen Monk now. He's had like 5 opportunities to kick off and he's not. He's improving. He's mellowed. Watkins now brought down on the 10. God, all I've had is a bag of Haribos and a Monster. I'm dying for some proper tea. Oh, I might just end up ordering a Chinese, I shouldn't, but I might. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Hope for Lee in the final, but if we beat Catalans and have to play Wire, then I'll be fine with it, because we should be able to at least compete. Yeah, that'll be a hell of a battle. A hell of a battle for KR versus Wire in a final. Would be great. Miller across to Riley Lum. Just short and dragged into touch, but the ball comes loose first. Recovered by Miller. Leeds still have it. Getting his shorts ripped off. Somebody wants to see something. Sinfield with a carry through the middle. Stopped a few metres short between the sticks. Second tackle. O'Connor. To Frawley, then to Jake Connor. Bentley. Zen Monk, gets it off. Now to Ryan Hall. Puts it down in the corner. Ref gives it. The referee gives it. So that's going to be 28 with a kick to come. You've only got 2 more points allowed. And then Huddersfield have to get the final 2 tries. Because I want my exact score prediction. I want it. Right, let's have a gander. Wigan are good for sure. Challenge Cup is the best chance. Absolutely. Wouldn't mind linking up with an NRL team per district. Plenty of talent has come from here. Get one as a gift from us. Not a bad idea, Seb. Huddersfield. Huddersfield getting kinky at Headingley. Go on, Hawley. Burgess playing / stealing a wage. I don't know about... maybe. I don't think he's that enthusiastic about being there, if I'm honest. So maybe a little bit. He just doesn't look that... He just doesn't look that enthusiastic about being there. It probably doesn't help that the Rabbitohs are now actually doing well this year. Like, they're actually looking like a good team. It doesn't help. What do you think about Tom Amone for KR next year? I think he'll do a really good job. I think he'll do a cracking job for the Robins. And Miller looks scuffed initially. Curved a bit. Right. So, Leeds, you're allowed 2 more points. If you get a penalty, go for 2. You have to. Huddersfield, I need 12 points from you. Do you have a favourite NRL team? Well, when I started trying to get into it in 2014, I was a Roosters fan. I do have a Roosters jersey. I've really liked Manly over the last couple of years. And I quite like the Raiders squad now. So if I had to... Do you know, if I had to give you an answer, I'd say Raiders right now. I change, because I'm a Wire fan. I'm allowed to change with NRL. It's kind of who looks the most exciting to me. It doesn't have to be the best team. Who is the most exciting for me to watch, but that is an underdog. So I think Raiders works for me. May leaving who's a good replacement. I think Arthur Morg at 7's fine. Broadbent gets at least a pre-season to develop as a fullback, I suppose. Or Lytton. And then Leyland, maybe. Getting more game time at 9. Chooks for Paul. Is there a salary cap for each team? Or is it free for all? In the NRL, there's a salary cap. Unless you're asking about Super League. There's a salary cap that's like 3 or 4 times what ours is. Or maybe double. They're like 12 mil. $12 million. Super League is... Yeah, we've got 2.1 mil cap. But that's that goes down to League One and the Championship. And teams will be spending more than that because of marquee signings as well. I have been told... Okay. KR fans... I have been told you guys spend 4 mil on your squad. There's a break for Gagai. It's brought down 25 metres out. Milne hands it off to Bibby. Golding in centre field. Goes right to Flanagan. Kicks it through. I think it's knocked on by Leeds. It is. Who's your favourite NRL player, if you had to choose one? My favourite NRL player, by far, is Keanu Kinney. Coach's dream. I will say this till the day I die. Keanu Kinney is a coach's dream. He will move mountains or die trying. How often do you watch-alongs? I normally do at least 2 or 3 Super Leagues every week, more if I can. I'm going to try and start doing NRL games more because of the clocks going forwards or backwards, whichever one it was. There are now games on at like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, which are easier to do. So I'm going to try and do more NRL ones. And I normally do at least 2 or 3 games a week as a bare minimum. And I tell you what, I need food. I really do. There's only so much this is doing for me. There's 10 minutes to go. So, Huddersfield Giants, fresh set. 9.5 minutes to go, 10 metres out. Chinese does sound really good. Spare ribs in barbecue sauce. Salt and pepper chips, salt and pepper chicken. It sounds so good. It sounds so good. You're going to do watch-alongs for the Challenge Cup semi-finals, both games? Ooh. I'll do a watch-along for KR Catalans, but I think I'll be at the Warrington game against Lee. So Huddersfield, left of the sticks, 2 metres out. Golding goes right to Flanagan. It goes past him though. It's recovered by Hewitt. 15 metres out. Now brought down just in front of the tent. Golding goes right to Burgess. Straight at Frawley. Stopped a few metres short. Golding now. Left to McGowan in centre field. He's going to get brought down 5 metres out. Last tackle coming up for the Giants. Definitely not enough time for a comeback, but can they get the 12 points that I've asked them to get? There's a kick towards the back right. Hal Saul has won a few battles in the air, but Riley Lum comes up with it. Brought down inside the in-goal area. Well done, Riley Lum, once again. Well done again from Riley. Done a really good job this year. So I reckon it'll be KRY Challenge Cup final. I reckon it might be, but I need to see how we get on without Williams. Are we at least good enough without him? And can then whoever's at number 6, probably Leyland, develop over the next few weeks to look comfortable there with Sneed? I would have liked to see Dufty at 6, but the problem is Taylor Ray would have been fullback, but he's also injured, so that doesn't help. So off the dropout, eventually in the hands of a Huddersfield player. We saw that already, so we're going to be watching from home for the semi, so we'll hop on the watch along then. Fantastic. Fantastic. I'll see you at the semi-final then. All right then, Seb. All right. All right. If you do spot me, I'll be a giant yellow blob because I'll be in the home shirt. If you do spot me, do say hello, because there are some people on TikTok that have said they've seen me at the Warrington games but have been scared to say hello. If you spot me, just say hello. I don't bite. Say hello. So Huddersfield about 6 or 7 metres out, right at the sticks. Golding goes right to Flanagan, pops up to Hewitt, just about got a hold of that. 7 minutes to go, over on the right hand side, 5th tackle. Flanagan stays short side right, kicks towards the back right. Lum and Halsall go up for it, recovered by, I think that's Holroyd. We play wire before the final is scheduled, but Catalans is after the semi-final for us. All right. Gutted about Williams, Rob. Who's going to be in his place? It has to be Dufty with Taylor Ray. But you just said he's injured. Jesus, yeah. I would have done that, Dufty at 6. But I don't mind Leyland, because Leyland had a lot of pressure trying to run the game at 7. But I don't mind it now, because Sneed can run the game. Leyland can learn from him as he goes. But I do like Leyland's run game. I don't mind it. So Leyland at 6, I think he's all right. We'll come on strong in the league. Possibly. I think it'll do us the world of good. It'll develop Leyland a bit more, and I think with Sneed there, out of everyone to have at number 7, Sneed might be right up there as number 1. Maybe number 2, but to watch from, to control everything, to look after you. And there's a break for Burgess. He goes in, and I'm going to have to redo the thing again for the stream highlights video. Again, members come first. And there we go, Huddersfield. I'm going to give them 6 because they should get it. Will I get my exact score prediction? It's on. I need another try and kick from Huddersfield, and then I need a penalty from Leeds, which they might get right at the end of the game. Ooh, I saved that as the wrong file. Well done, me. There we go. That's the one. I'll literally be looking around the stadium like a hawk. Well, yeah, I'm literally a giant yellow blob. If you look at any of the highlights for Warrington games, I'm in the east stand at the Halliwell Jones, sort of behind the sticks to the left, a giant yellow blob. You cannot miss me. You cannot miss me. I literally look like the biggest thing there. Big game for Leyland then, if he surely gets a nod. Ratchford and Leyland are both in the squad, but I would start Leyland. The kick is good. Thanks for that. Pointing and laughing at the Wire fan that said FC would beat KR. Which Wire fan said that? Was it in here or somewhere else? Sneed will be a pain in the backside for us if we play you in the final. I remember going to FC game with my ex because I was staying at hers, and he scored a 50-yard penalty for Salford. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. We'll go watch some highlight reels from Warrington after this live. What was the last game you went to? Hull FC? The game against Hull FC? So Burgess with the next carry. We got 4.5 minutes to go. That's all good, Alex. It's all good. I did get a DM from a Hull FC fan on TikTok. Oh, there's a bit of a scrap here. Where's the Zen Monk? Is he involved or is he staying out of it? He might be off, actually. There was a Hull FC fan that DM'd me on TikTok after Hull FC beat us last week. He said, basically saying Wire is shite. And then he was, do you know what? I'll just get the chat up. It was a very interesting DM to get. It was very interesting indeed. Let's have a look. That's not it. He messaged me saying, Wire are white. He corrected it to shite. Said are they not playing in Primrose and Blue? He said, mind the gap, Wire. Could never be second. We saw you crying on Wembley Way up the Hull. Apparently I was crying on Wembley Way. So that must have meant that he was at Wembley last year. Well, Hull FC didn't make Wembley last year, but Warrington did, didn't they? And he said, yeah, we'll be top of the league by next Friday. He said, you won't even get 6. Unlucky lads, it's hard against a world-class team. It's just Williams was always offside. How come you didn't do a review of the game? Yeah, and then trying to get into a normal conversation after that. But, yeah. So he claimed they'd be top of the league. Well, they're not. So, Algar needing to go off. Let's have a look at the rest of the chat. Max Tiger, KR fan, why the Tiger, mate? Game finished like 4:64, by the way, when Sneed... That's quite funny for me. Favourite animal when I was a little younger? That's why, fair enough. Just reply with your city is red, mate. I could do. I had a Hull FC fan on Snapchat earlier, and he got annoyed and removed me just because I sent a snap of me at the game having a pint with some lads. World class team, what FC? Haha. Yeah, right. Yeah, that was a interesting one. So 4 minutes to go. Possible high shot on Algar. Thanks for streaming today, Rob. Top man. Enjoy your Chinese, buddy. Thank you, Richard. Thank you very much. I have caved and I will be getting a Chinese. There is food in, but I just need a fat meal. And I'll go back to what's in another time. Fev winning now, 16-0 down at half-time, 18-16. Oh, fair enough. It's back on. No need for a merger now, LG. No need anymore. You're all sorted now. Only thing that's world class about Hull FC is the food at their stadium, and it ain't even their stadium. Well, that's shocking. That shocking. Chinese goes a long way after a Good Friday. Do I add anything? Do you know what? I might add something else to it. We'll see. And there's a kerfuffle. 3.5 minutes to go. This has been the least rugby league I've spoken about in a stream. But you know what? We got plenty of the first game, plenty in the second game. We're just chilling, boys. We're just chilling. We're relaxing. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing all cool, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. And a couple of guys who are up to no good started making trouble in my neighbourhood. Got in one little fight. My mum got scared. She said, you know, you're moving with your auntie and uncle to Bel Air. You know, whistle for a cab when it came near. License plate said fresh and there was dice in the mirror. If anything, I can tell you this cab was rare. I'm off now. Forget it. You're home to Bel Air. That one's for the older people in the group. No merges ever. I'm ashamed of my weakness. LG. Shocking. What's your order from a Chinese, though? You got to treat yourself when you get one of those bad boys. My normal go-to, spare ribs in barbecue sauce, salt and pepper chicken, salt and pepper chips. But I'm tempted to get like a share platter, like the starters with the wontons. There's like ribs, prawn. I love me a bit of prawn toast. Oh, Boom's bet. I might be. Every time we have played care away, we've needed a police escort for the coach to get out without too many windows smashed. And that's the women who usually kicking it off. Rough women in Hull. Chop suey special with chips. All right. Oh, a curry. I wouldn't mind a curry, but I had one yesterday. I cooked a curry. I didn't order it. I cooked it. Lasone barrels forward onto the 40. Right. I need a penalty for Leeds. Like, real quick. 2 points for Leeds. Come on. Do it for me, please. You've already got the 2 points. Come on. Connor goes left to Frawley. Switches back to Handley. The stream highlight's just going to be me talking about Chinese food. O'Connor to Lasone. Then to Jenkins. Stopped on the 20. Go on, commit a foul. Jake Connor. Then to Handley. Cuts back towards the middle. Oh, no. Oh, he's taken on the shoulder. If only he got hit in the head, mate. That would have been great. I don't condone violence. Sinfield, shifting right. Is brought down. Oh, on the last. Boo. Commit a foul. Boo. Well, if you do, the new nickname for you will be announced. Fresh Prince of... Big time, proper women. Hit harder than Sue. Huddersfield now in possession with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. Come on, get yourselves 6 points. That'll look forward. Well, they play on. 1.5 minutes to go. Come on, trying to kick from Huddersfield, then 2 points from Leeds. All the time in the world for it. Bibby goes right to Flanagan, kicks from the halfway line. It's going to bounce once. Then hangs up nicely for Connor, off to Ryan. Sinfield waits at dummy half. Leeds only 15 metres out from their own line. 1 minute to go. Riley Lum. Any of you guys got opinions for man of the match? Ball comes loose. It's a penalty for Leeds. Take the 2. I don't have a clue who to give for man of the match. Salt and pepper chicken, maybe? Bentley. Mr. Zen Monk for not kicking off. Who's playing? Everyone that's on the screen. Chicken chops. Seb. I can just imagine, like, Seb just lying in bed with a girlfriend or wife or whatever partner, and they just go, he just won't stop doing it. He just won't stop saying these things. And there's a kerfuffle. There's an absolute mess. Riley Lum gets the ball off. Leeds still have possession. Offload again to Sinfield. Offload again to Connor. Space down the right. And he's just going to fall on his arse, and that's going to be full time. Oh, and there we have it. Ryan says Alex. Richard says Miller. Richard says fried rice. Special fried rice, maybe. Right, ladies and gentlemen. To those that have been here, the first thanks I need to give is to Seb, is to Alex, is to Richard, is to Paul for becoming members. If you would like to become a member of the channel, you can join for as little as £1 a month. It does help to support me. The content is free, so there's no obligation to pay. It's just if you would like to support me for as little as £1 a month, it all adds up at the end of the day, and it's greatly appreciated. But yeah, thank you for stopping by for the first game, for the second game, and for this game. Decent numbers all throughout. It's fantastic. But yeah, thank you. The final thing to say on that is, you guys could have stopped by here and there anytime, but the fact that you guys chose to spend most of your day with me is greatly appreciated. It means a great deal that people are willing to... Time is very important to me. Time and freedom are very important to me. So the fact that people are willing to give their time to spend it with me or to engage in something that I'm doing means a great deal. The fact that people are willing to give their time to be here means a great deal. It does mean a lot, and it definitely does not go unnoticed or underappreciated. So thank you very much for stopping by. It means a great deal. So I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I will be back tomorrow for Lee versus Warrington at 1:15. I'm going to get me a damn Chinese. We'll get one final trumpet for everyone in the chat, shall we? And a big old way. Hey! Seb, Richard, Trin, Max, Alex, Paul, Kevin, everybody. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.